Hey everybody, it's Marshall Monk here, visiting my Supergirl Season 1, Episode 14 review, if I'm correct. I have no idea. I think it's either 13 or 14, I have no idea. Also, I'm using this setup again. I don't know if you guys like this setup or not. I kind of dig it, like you can see right here, there's like metal in my bed and all that. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. The reason why I'm doing this setup is because of my stupid tripod breaking, and I'm so upset about that. Now I have to buy a whole new tripod. And I don't even have enough money right now in the budget to buy a tripod because I gotta go see all these movies. But anyway, this is gonna be my Supergirl review, so let's talk about it. Let's get started. Okay, so this episode has to do a lot with Black Mercy. And I loved this episode because it was a break from, like, just a lot of the stuff we've been getting. Of course, Supergirl's just gonna get better and better because next week we're gonna probably get something cool. Although I did not see a promo for next week, so I don't know if they're having an episode next week or not. They might take a break, like a 1 week break, you know? I have no idea. I didn't see a promo at all. So we probably won't even get another one next week. But if you guys don't know, The Flash is coming to National City. He's crossing over March 18th. So the show's just going to get better and better as it goes. And it's going to be kind of in the Arrowverse, but like kind of not. So Supergirl can still be on its own, but also have fun, you know, once in a while and cross over with all these characters. So yeah, but pretty much there's a lot of stuff going on in this episode, so let's break it down. So basically in the first part of the episode, we pick up from where we left off, Black Mercy. We find Kara with it on her. And if you guys don't know what Black Mercy is, it's basically this alien's flower species, I guess you could say. And it takes over Superman in the comic for the Man Who Knows Everything, also for the animated series, all that stuff. And I'll explain it to you like so. So in this comic book story, the story is called For the Man Who Has Everything, and it's basically a Superman story. It's got Batman and Wonder Woman, and I think Robin, if I'm correct. I don't think so. I don't think, because I thought I saw Robin on the cover, but there's a cover, and I thought I saw him. No, I think it's just Batman and Wonder Woman. But anyway, it's got Batman and Wonder Woman in it too, and it's about Black Mercy, and it's about Superman having it on his chest. So the episode is based off of that storyline. Of course, it's different. We don't have Batman and Wonder Woman, but we have Alex, and we have Wynn, and we have Hank, and we have, Jimmy. So we have all these characters. But anyway, it's basically really cool because this episode is titled For the Girl Who Has Everything, and that's kind of like a title-based thing. Now, a lot of people hate the idea of superhero shows ripping off other stories from other comics. Now, a lot of things that do this is Arrow. Arrow does a lot of that. Apparently, in Season 3, I think, they did a lot of Batman stories, which is not... I actually have to complain about that, too. I think it's kind of... It's not really cool when you rip off another comic book, because I know that that's what they're doing. I understand what they're doing. They're trying to get inspiration off these other stories and put them in these comic book characters that we can see on TV. We can't see Superman, we can't see Batman on TV, so they're just trying to give us the closest thing we can get. But it's kind of like, just come up with something original. You don't need to rip off these stories to get our attention. But it's not really ripping off. It's kind of just finding its own inspiration, because they threw in Non in the mix as well, which is what I like about it. So anyway, let's talk about that. So Non is the reason why Black Mercy is on Kara in the first place. Astra helps out Alex. It's pretty cool. I like Astra as a character. I'm disappointed they killed her off because I thought she was going to turn over to the good side. Maybe even become her own superhero, huh? Like, they could substitute Lucy Lane for Superwoman and give it to, what's her butt? Astra. They could do that because Lucy Lane is a hero also in the comics, I guess you could say. But anyway, yeah, I guess they could have done that, but she's killed off, so it really doesn't matter anymore. But it was really cool to see that she kind of cared and that she did love Kara in the end, which leads us to something else that we're going to talk about. But anyway, in the Black Mercy visions, because when you have Black Mercy, it gives you this fantasy world. So in this fantasy world that Kara was dreamt up, she was in Krypton. She was with her mom, her father, Astra, and Kal-El. That is right, Clark Kent was there too. Can you imagine a spinoff where David Mazouz and this actor, or I guess it would be David Mazouz. I'm still getting used to how you pronounce his name. But anyway, can you imagine David Mazouz and this actor who plays Kal-El in their own show as Batman, like as young Bruce Wayne and young Clark Kent? That would be so cool. Except this actor's way younger than David. But anyway, it'd be so cool if they did, like, do this thing where they did that. Because if you think about it, since Flash is doing multiverse, Gotham could be Earth 4, but they won't cross over. Obviously, it's Fox, it's CBS, so they won't cross over. But wouldn't that be so cool if they did, though? And of course, we don't have the young Clark Kent. That was just a vision that Kara was having. But wouldn't that be super cool? But I just wanted to address that in this video. But anyway, we see young Clark. Didn't get too much of him. I was actually disappointed because I wanted to see, like, they were teasing this whole thing with Kal-El on Twitter and Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have this big thing with Kal-El. and they kind of just disappointed us with it. But it's not about him. Like, this is Supergirl, and it's not about Kal-El in this episode. But it still would have been fun to get more interaction with him, because it was so cool to see, like, young Clark Kent as a child, because we've only seen that in, like, Man of Steel a little bit, and maybe Smallville, but I haven't watched Smallville, so I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, it was really cool. But anyway, meanwhile, Alex goes in, tries to get her out. Didn't you just love that emotional scene between Alex and Kara when she's getting arrested, I guess you could say, arrested on Krypton or whatever? That was super cool. That was touching to me. Then we get this big battle with Astra, Alex, and Martian Manhunter in full form, and we actually get to see him up close in his costume fronts. But we barely get to see him up close, but we got to see him totally fighting. I don't know how I felt about the fight scene between him and Astra. I feel like they're downplaying Martian Manhunter, and I hate when people do that, because in, like, Justice League or any other DC things, they always downplay Martian Manhunter, like he's weak or he's not good enough, you know what I mean? And so they kind of did that in this episode. I want Martian Manhunter to kick some butt in this show. Like, I want him to finally get what he deserves, amazing screen time, because he's a huge hero. He's one of the biggest Justice League characters. One of the smartest, probably. I have no idea, but he seems like one of the smartest. One of the most powerful. He has like a jillion powers. So I want to see that in live action. Like, let's give it to us. Or else he basically wasted his character and he could have gone to the movies and been amazing. But I don't think the movies would have wanted him anyway. But anyway, because they seem like they want Cyborg more. But I don't know. But it was cool to see him fight in this episode. Kara ends up killing Astra with a kryptonite blade. Did I say kryptonite? Kryptonite blade. And then Jean says, "Oh, it was me." And I love that, because that's just going to come back to Alex and bite her in the butt. Because it's just like, hey, this is a big, huge lie. Like, if you watch PLL, every lie comes to the surface. So it's going to happen on this show, too. It happens on every show, so it's going to happen on Supergirl. Kara's going to find out that Alex lied, and it's going to go down. Like, it's going to be super fun. But what did you guys think of this episode? Don't forget to comment down below. Links up there to my other videos. Links down there to my Twitter, Instagram, Vine, and vlog channel. Overall, it was a really good episode. We didn't get too much of Maxwell lore, but it really wasn't that big of a Maxwell lore episode. We kind of took a break from Cat Grant as well. We didn't get too much of her either. We got a little bit more of Wynn, a little bit more of James in this sense. Don't you think that Wynn should work with the DEO? But anyway, you guys can just leave your comments down below. Like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.